Hello and welcome to another episode of One Fall WrestleCast Live. Tom and I took last week off because, Tom's celebratory weekend, and then I had a bunch of shit going on, so that's why we're here on Monday. A little bit later, but that's okay. Should be a good time. Today we're going to just simply review Saturday night's main event. I had so much fun. Took me back to my childhood. I can't wait to talk about it with Tom. Stick around and enjoy the show. We'll catch you on the other side.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
Where am I?
I believe in Joe Hendry. What's up, dude?
Not much. Shout out to my beautiful girlfriend for the awesome t-shirt. Came in my pro wrestling tees box. Cause she's the best. And I got a King Kong Bundy signed, authentic signed, 8x10, and some little figures and some more shirts and all kind of cool stuff. I'll have a Christmas shirt next time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So very good stuff there. It was an excellent birthday weekend yesterday or last weekend.
Yeah, a good time.
I had a great time. It was awesome to see all of my bestest friends who have been my best friends for the last 35, 40 years or however long it's been. And it was wonderful. Had a wonderful time. And getting to see the families, get the families together, get everybody some chicken tendies, have some beers.
Get some tendies.
Tendies? I thought the tendies were a nice touch. Everybody does pizza.
Tendies and mac and cheese, man. It was good. Perfect.
That was a nice touch, right? That was a nice touch.
Yeah, it was good.
It's always
was
pizza. So it's like to do tendies is like it's just a nice change of pace.
Yeah, man. You still got to eat your tendies and mac and cheese, walking around, playing some pinball, just
ping pong.
Vibing, bro. Vibes were immaculate. The vibes were immaculate.
It was a good time. I had a good time. Now I got to send thank yous. I was told today that I have to send thank yous.
But don't waste a stamp on me. I don't need.
I think mostly I have to send it for the older folks.
Okay. Facts on facts. Don't listen. Stamps are like 74 cents now, bro. Don't Don't you dare.
No, I'd rather come visit you than hand you.
Don't you dare. You send me, if you send me a self-addressed stamp envelope, I'm going to fight you.
Okay. All right. I won't do that. I promise.
Okay. 73 cents for a stamp.
I might
we got Mystery Drones in New Jersey, 73-cent stamps. I mean, what's going on?
Non-organic eggs cost as much as organic eggs. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I mean,
why are the organic eggs the same price as the non-organic eggs? This doesn't make sense.
And the thing is, that's not even the craziest thing going on right now.
No, it's not.
Do you know what I mean? Like the wildest thing that has happened this week, Jesse the Body Ventura shows up on fucking national television
with so many boas. With so many boas.
Wild.
Like, and guys, Jesse the Body looks.
I look good, man.
He looks great.
He didn't have a hard time with them legs, but like.
Well, I mean, he didn't have to wrestle.
They showed him coming out and he was shuffling, and they got off of that shot, that camera shot so quick. It was like, get it out of here.
Ah, no, stop.
He's shuffling. No.
Somebody in the back went, no, back. Cut off the Cole. Where's Cole?
You know what? He did pretty good, though. I was a little concerned because, I've listened to Jesse Ventura, on podcasts and stuff like that. And, obviously he was a political figure for a little while. Controversial to some, maybe, outlandish, outspoken. He's always been that way, right? And I was a little bit worried. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried when
he almost unionized the WWF in the late 80s.
When I heard
fucking Hulk Hogan.
when I heard, how dare you?
What? It's not
How
my fault.
dare-
Hulk Hogan's a fucking rat.
How dare you? You know, he declined. He was speculated to be one of the legends that was there
Who, Hogan?
for Saturday night's main event, and ended up he carried the flag out in Tampa Bay for Colby Covington's UFC walkout. Could you imagine if you'd have put those two guys in the same building, Hogan and Ventura?
You think Jesse had called him a rat?
I
On
mean,
air?
they might have gotten in an old man fight like back in the back. You know, like did you see Brett Favre and what's his nuts? The defensive end guy this
Yeah.
week. Did you see that making its rounds on the internet?
I did see that.
Brett's like, you might hurt me, Bob. I don't know about all that, Brett. You look pretty good, Bob. You know,
Brett probably looks and feels a little better than he has been for the last few years.
He's like, nah, man, you might hurt me.
Well, I think
hurt me.
he spent so much time being hurt, he doesn't want to be back.
No, and that's fair. So I imagine that's probably how the handshake between Jesse Ventura and Hulk Hogan would have went, like backstage, right? Like similar to that. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with the show.
So I thought the card was great. I thought the build was great. I hated almost everything about it otherwise. So, well,
you didn't like any of the nostalgia, did you?
No, I thought the nostalgia was good.
Okay.
The nostalgia stuff was cool. That was
Bro,
fun.
I popped like an 8-year-old little boy when Cody fucking hit the whoa with his jacket open and we got to see the winged eagle in full view for the first time.
Cool.
I popped like a little child.
The winged
Yeah,
eagle,
even though that was a shop belt, by the way, that they
That's
put on new leather. That's all that was.
Yeah. So that wasn't like
No, that was a WWE shop belt.
Well, because the actual winged eagle is broken, is it not? Like
I'm sure there's multiples. I mean,
I know there's one, and it's the one Stone Cold has is cracked because I remember a podcast where Stone Cold was carrying that belt because that's the one he won from Brett.
Yep.
And
they got to carry it. But no, it's the one he won from Shawn. He beat Shawn Michaels.
Is that not? He
beat Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
That was the Tyson match at WrestleMania.
What was the one
12.
he took from Brett?
He didn't take a belt from Brett.
Brett beat him. Oh, right. He passed out.
Yeah, that wasn't a title match. That was just an I Quit match.
Right. He passed out.
See, that match, listen, that match is so fucking good. You thought it was a world championship match.
It's why, yeah.
Like, that's how good that match is. Actually, if you remember correctly, that's like early in Stone Cold's rise because the double turn is in that match that everybody started hating Brett and loving Steve by the end of that.
Yeah.
That kicked off Stone Cold Mania, brother.
That kicked off the Attitude Era. After that, it was Attitude.
That's how good that match was. That's how good that match was.
You
thought it was a world championship match.
That match to me is the main event. I don't remember another single thing that happens in that pay-per-view, but I remember that. I remember that match. I remember that. I could probably recall that match. If I watched it, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is a great spot." Oh,
13. That's Undertaker. And
is Taker the champ in that? And
now I gotta look. It's Taker and was it Shawn?
I mean, it probably would have had to be, right? If it's not, because if it wasn't Brett and Shawn, it had to be Taker and Shawn.
Where's the fucking? Oh, I'm on the Wikipedia. I'm trying to find the match card. What the hell?
WrestleMania 13 match card. Boom. So it was Fatal 4-Way, number one contender match on the pre-show. Headbangers beat the Goodwins and New Blackjacks and Doug Furnas and Phil LaFawn. Intercontinental Championship, that's Rocky Maivia defeated the Sultan with Bob Backlund and the Iron Sheik. And the Sultan had Bob. So the Sultan was Rikishi, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. The Sultan was because Rikishi was Kwang. Who was the Sultan was Savio Vega.
Okay. And then we got Triple H with China.
No, you were right. It was Rikishi. Then who the fuck? Savio Vega was Quang then.
Okay. So, and then Triple H with China beat Goldust. World Tag Team, Owen Hart and British Bulldog versus Mankind and Vader. I forgot about that match with Paul Bearer when Paul Bearer was with Mankind for a hot second. Yeah, you're right. Submission match was Brett. It was Ken Shamrock was a special guest referee. Yep. That was when we were sure Ken Shamrock was going to be the next big thing too.
Yeah, well, according to good old JR, he had reliability issues there. He just couldn't come to work on time there.
Ahmed Johnson and Legion of Doom.
Oh my God, what a fucking train wreck!
That was like God. That was. I think that's where it kicks off. Where like Farouk wanted to actually beat the absolute shit out of Ahmed Johnson. They hate each other to this day. And the main event was Undertaker versus Psycho Sid.
That's right, Psycho Sid. That's why I thought it was Sean, because they did the whole bodyguard gimmick.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a great match. What a great match.
I mean,
hey, so you've been paying attention.
Really stands out here.
Hey, so sidebar, did you pay attention to this shit going on with Ray Fenix over there on the old tweet box?
I haven't seen anything new. No, I didn't.
I haven't seen anything new either.
But I know he's still under contract, and he's not happy about it, and it seems to be problematic if we're being honest with ourselves, right?
Well, somebody reported that that it is expected that Pentagon will sign with WWE in the next coming weeks. I've seen that a few times. It's not confirmed that he has signed, but that's just
I expect to see Penta in the Rumble.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what else but I would be stunned if I didn't see Penta in the Rumble.
You know what I can't wait for? I cannot wait for Ray Fenix's contract to be up and the drama that is going to ensue. I can't wait.
It'll be another year though.
I can't wait. 6 months.
6 months, 8 months or so. It might be close to a year before we
can't wait.
What happens?
I can't wait. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Yeah, dude, but the nostalgia pop for Saturday night's main event was.
And I thought the show started really well too, because it kicked right off with Sami Zayn versus Drew. I thought Sami looked good. They put on a good match. Drew came out looking strong. Sami does a really great job of getting his teeth kicked in and making his opponent look great without making him look weak.
It's because he's a fucking ultimate underdog, bro. Like, that's not just a gimmick. Like, that's a thing. Like, he makes people genuinely believe that he is an underdog in the way that he performs, especially against somebody of much larger stature. Like, we saw it and when he had the match with Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And this was that. This was it wasn't to that level, but it was that. And it was great. Those guys came out there and kicked off the show, and
you know what though too, dude, and it's like you don't even know sometimes he starts getting his ass kicked, it's like, oh, you can't even do that because he could get his ass kicked and then come back, have the comeback from underneath, get over, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, he might actually fucking do this, and then get beat down. They get beat down, and it's like, oh, here we go. And then he starts coming back again. Like, he plays that role to perfection.
He really does. But I thought he sold that Claymore out of nowhere. I mean, it looked like he died. It looked like Drew killed him. Well, it looks like Drew shot him in the head. That's how Sami sold it. And I thought that that looked great. And then
I really thought maybe there was some potato-y contact there. I've watched the replay a couple of times on the old tick box.
What you're saying is that wasn't selling. Drew's foot actually went through his head.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but like, it looks selling. It looks like it
wasn't selling as much as it was stiff as shit. But I thought that match was tremendous. So like, I'm feeling good at this point, right?
Yeah, it was great.
Getting into this, and I'm feeling good. And what was the next match that happened after that?
Oh, you know what? I already know where this narrative of yours is going.
So the next match after that was Women's World Championship match, Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. I already knew what was going to happen here because Liv Morgan's story does not end with Io Sky defeating her on a Saturday night. It just doesn't. It's Saturday night's main event anyway. And it was one of those things where I'm just like, okay, I know what's going to happen here. I thought they put on a great match. This was actually probably the strongest Liv has looked in a long time. And I thought that this was the kind of match that Liv needed to have as a champion, a dominant win against a prior champion.
Bro, are you for real? I thought this match was terrible.
Really?
Everything about it was terrible.
So I actually didn't think that at all. And actually, I think what sold me on it too is that Io hit Liv with an errant knee to the face that busted her nose a little bit, and she was bleeding from the nose. And I thought that Liv's come out of that with like just the look she had on her face, holding the title up, wiping the blood from her face, like, yeah, I'm the fucking champ. I'm the fucking man. I did this. And then her little interaction with Rhea at the end, I thought was fitting for what this was. Did this need to be on this pay-per-view? No, and I could see why you.
It wasn't a pay-per-view. We got this shit.
It was a premium live event. This was
yeah, but it was on NBC, bruh.
It was, but okay, but it's a premium live event.
No, this is a glorified house show.
It was 100%.
This is the definition of a glorified house show.
This is the definition.
And you're over here calling it a pay-per-view.
See, I didn't go there yet, but you're right. This was a glorified house show. This was the Madison Square Garden glorified house show, live on television from wherever the fuck they were.
They were in Long Island, New York.
Right.
Where the original Saturday night's main event happened. In that building.
I thought it was fine. If you hated it, that's fine. I thought the match itself was fine.
I want to get to the meat and potatoes though, and that's the next match on the card because I know why you're mad at what has transpired. So next we've got the World Heavyweight Championship triple threat match. That shouldn't have been a triple threat match, by the way. It definitely didn't need to add Damian Priest to it, but no. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther retains.
Right. So I hated I hated that. I hated this. So and I'm going to explain why. So Finn Balor is now the jobber for this, and Gunther now is the guy who is clearly it doesn't matter. Like Priest should not go after Gunther anymore, and neither should Balor. They should both leave him alone because Gunther at the end of this match proved to both of them that he is the man and they are children. And I'll tell you what solidified that. Okay, so outside of the apron towards the end of the match when he's got Priest, he goes to take Priest up for the powerbomb. Priest's foot hits the steps. Boom, stops the momentum of Priest getting up to the powerbomb position. Gunther, through sheer will and fucking brute strength, manages to get this. Like Damian Priest is not a little man.
No, he's 6'3", 285 pounds.
Not a little man. Just fucking dead weight lifts this man up into a powerbomb position and smashes him probably a little harder because his foot hit the damn thing. He was probably pissed. Smashes his ass onto those steps. Priest looks like he just got killed by Gunther, single-handedly by Gunther. Priest is dead. Then Gunther rolls back into the ring, grabs Finn Balor, throws one of the stiffest in-ring power bombs I've ever seen ever. Finn Balor splats all over the mat, and pin 1, 2, 3. Gunther retains. Priest and Balor both end up kind of looking like goofs, I think. Gunther, I think if anything, if this resolved any storyline, this resolved the Gunther is having a crisis of self-confidence storyline. Because Gunther now should not have any crisis of any self-confidence in storyline because he killed both these men. But the other thing that happened is Finn Balor gets buried again, and I fucking hate this. Because
yeah, man, I think that it's time for Finn to get a chance to shine, and I'm sure they've got something in the bag. I think that him and Damian Priest still have to kind of finish their
This doesn't
thing.
resolve their storyline. They just found out that they
it-
messed with Gunther,
Yeah.
and they both learned a lesson in that they messed with Gunther. And
So I
now
think
they're
here's why I don't hate it nearly as much as you, because I think that this kind of puts the Raw heavyweight division a little bit at a stalemate, right? And with the move to Netflix and the possible transfers, Gunther may be moving to SmackDown. There's things that we don't know yet as far as what the roster moves are. So there's that. And if he stays on Monday Night Raw and stays on Netflix, LA Knight could possibly come over. Why would you not want LA Knight on Netflix if you're Netflix? Have him come over and he can plug right in as a credible challenger to Gunther. He will talk you into believing that he's going to beat his ass.
That's fine, but I think the real problem is the continued, because now I feel like now at this point it's been long enough. Finn Balor is not a credible threat to anybody.
Okay, calm down.
He's not. I love Finn Balor. I
know you do. And listen, you're doing that thing,
but he's not a credible threat to anybody.
But you're doing that thing. You're doing the Moxley thing. Don't do that. Don't do it.
Moxley needs to continuously be rehabilitated. Like, you're not going to rehabilitate Finn Balor.
Yeah, you're doing that thing again.
Anyway,
somebody that you like,
Balor looks like a loser.
Climbs the ladder and then gets knocked down a couple pegs and got started working again.
It sucks. And
abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
He looks like a loser. Exactly. Abandon all hope.
Now, I'm talking about you, bro.
Balor's a fucking loser.
You fickle.
Balor's a fucking loser. And
fickle.
Coming out of this, nobody's a bigger loser than Finn Balor.
Fickle.
Coming out of this, he looked like a loser.
Fickle.
He lost like a loser. He came in like a loser. I bet he loses tonight.
You know what? You are the
I bet he and JD lose the tag titles tonight.
You are. They should. They should have lost the tag titles a long time ago.
They haven't defended him. How could they lose them?
You are who Daniel Bryan was talking to when he had the hippie belt and Eric Rowan.
I loved that belt, by the way.
I did. I loved that character.
That was amazing.
Fickle.
I thought he was amazing.
You have like the $400 Finn Balor demon fucking action figure.
I do.
WWE made like 12 of.
I do.
You're sitting here and fucking Finn Balor.
I found it buried. I mean, but I found it buried in a Walmart. I paid what $29.99, which is the retail price for it. But yeah, it's like $400 now. But I found it buried in a so if you lift it, giving away the secrets, because I don't buy that many figures, but if you lift the bottom, they can store things under there, right? So if you lift it up, people hide shit under there. And I lifted it and I saw a little gold badge, a little gold WWE badge, and I was like, swoop. $29.99. Thank you very much.
Crazy. All that, and you just forget it. It doesn't even matter.
Unless he comes back as the demon, I'm not going to believe it. Finn with pants on and a hangman's bag over his head.
Bro, I'm into it, man.
I'm telling you, he's a fucking loser.
Okay.
Fucking loser.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
All right,
we're just not gonna. It's just that
he's going to be
speaking nonsense
when Damian
now.
Priest beats him again.
You're speaking nonsense now. Okay.
Right, well, I'm telling you, he's going to be a loser when Damian Priest beats him again.
I mean, even when he's a loser, he's still more entertaining to watch than fucking some of this shit. Okay, he's going to be all right, bud. It's okay.
Fine, but
anger is one of the 7 stages.
Fine, fucking loser.
Okay,
loser.
It's okay. He'll be back. And you'll be sopping it up with a fucking piece of bread. Just all right.
So just next match, I did sop up with a piece of bread, and
I did too.
I was less mad coming out of this.
I did too. This was fantastic. First of all, I mean, I'm still at odds with WWE's creative decision to name these the Women's United States and the Women's Intercontinental when we really had a chance to let the women forge their own legacy.
Have their own belts that you didn't have to call it the women's blah blah
Yes.
blah. It could be
And like,
whatever.
yeah, it could have just been a belt. They had a chance, and then they blew it. But the belt's dope. I mean, it's just like the men's with the white strap. That's the standard. Chelsea Green versus Mishin for the first ever United States Championship for the women. Chelsea Green, your inaugural United States champion.
Loved it. I love it.
Listen.
We've been
All
singing
bullshit
Chelsea
aside,
praises. She's
all
great.
bullshit aside, Mia Yim fucking has really just.
Oh, and I think she's certainly going to carry either the
She's been
United.
great.
She's going to get a rematch. She's going to carry that title, or she's going to get a rematch and win the Intercontinental one.
She's been great.
She was fantastic in this match. This was one of the better matches. This is one of the best matches on the card. They both looked really good. I thought
they put her in a high profile spot, and she delivered. I think Natalia's a little upset about some things. I saw a tweet or an Instagram post that was just like 2,000 matches, X amount of days, whatever. It's my fucking time, something like that. So I imagine she's grown a little frustrated, and she's got a little claim to that. I think she's got 2 world championships, but I don't think she's ever really been put in a situation where she could be like.
She hasn't really even been on TV for a while.
No. But Mia Yim fucking killed this role. Man, she looked great too. Her matches, the triple threats that she was in, the triple threat she was in was great.
I think she's really proved through this tournament that she can be trusted to carry a match, carry a belt, carry a championship. I mean,
she beat Bianca. Like,
yeah.
No.
Bianca ran away. Bianca was in the triple threat with Chelsea.
Okay, yeah.
Bianca had to leave because that's when
it was Chelsea Green and Bailey, and then it was Mishin and
Tiffany time.
Oh, that's right. It's
Tiffany time.
I'm fucking. But she's looked great, and I'm so excited for Chelsea Green.
I think her with a belt is good. Did you notice her gear had little pictures of her face on it?
Yeah.
Like all of it, not just her hat, because like they were like on springs on her hat, but like the rest of her also had little pictures of her face on it. And I was like, this is the best. Chelsea Green is like the Deadpool of the WWE women's division, and I'm here for it.
Love it. Love it.
Every time it's like, oh, next segment's Chelsea Green, I'm like, that's time to watch. This is must-see television. Whatever's about to happen is going to be funny. It's going to be entertaining. Must-see television.
Hot take. I'm disappointed in Matt Cardona.
Why? What'd he do?
He posted a picture of him holding the women's championship above his head at Disney and said, I'm one half of the WWE women's. I'm disappointed in him. Like, it was cute whenever you did it with the tag titles. But like, this is kind of a big deal. I'm just a little disappointed. Like,
you're disappointed in the audacity.
I'm disappointed that I feel like he's trying to like steal her shine a little bit.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And I know that that's not what it is. Like,
I'm just so high on it as a like.
It's just one. I'm not saying that's what he's trying to do. Like, but. It just feels that way. It could be interpreted that way. But he's a fucking big supporter of hers, and wrestling's fucking power couple. That's for goddamn sure.
Sure. And this was everything I wanted it to be, everything I hoped it would be, and we got it. So let's go Chelsea. I think
I can't wait for this title reign, bro.
The crowd was so into it. The crowd was all, let's go Chelsea. And they were not like, they were not going to have it any other way. Like, we've seen signs. If Chelsea loses, we riot, right? Like, this was willed by the people, and I think that the people got what they wanted. And kudos to her for like making the people want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, for real. I can't wait for the segments that are about to come.
They're gonna be so good.
I am so excited for her title reign. Like, how obnoxious is she going to be?
I hope
Because
so,
she is the
obnoxious.
first ever United States
and
champion.
she's gonna remind us over and over
Yes.
and over and over, and it's gonna be great every
Oh,
single time.
congratulations, Chelsea Green. Congratulations to us, because this is fucking awesome.
Congratulations, Chelsea Green and us, because we win.
Moving on to the main event of the evening, the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. The build-up to this has been phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Great
Kevin
build-up.
Owens is killing it.
Kevin Owens is this is another thing. Okay, so I don't have a problem with all of this in its entirety, this segment in particular in its entirety.
Bro.
Here's the problem that I have with it. The most interesting thing that happened in this match happened after the match and after the show went off the air. So all of the interesting stuff happened after the show. Like, it was a great match, fantastic match. Cody won, which I was like, okay, like I thought Cody was going to win. But all the interesting stuff happened after the match. Kevin shows up, rolls back into the ring, gives Cody a spike pile driver, takes the Winged Eagle belt, and leaves with it. That's interesting. That's something. That's so fucking cool.
Well, Mr. Perfect did that, and he took the Winged Eagle, and then he went backstage and he destroyed it with a hammer whenever he wrestled Hulk Hogan.
But that's not Kevin. So, but Triple H came out and got in Kevin's face about it, and all this cool shit happened. But it would happen after the show was over. The match itself was great. I'm sure everybody, watching at home thought it was a good match.
Why did it have to happen on TV?
What, the match or
no? Why did it have to happen on TV?
The after effects?
Yeah.
Because I mean, what are you gonna like? Unless you're a super mark like us, like you're not going to watch it on Instagram or Twitter. Twix.
Yeah, but their social media following so fucking large.
Yes, it's
like
1 million people that
There's people that don't even watch a fucking single minute of wrestling that can keep up in a basic conversation just based on fucking things on social media.
I mean, I guess that's true, but still, like, I'm still of the very firm belief that all the interesting stuff should happen on the show.
You're talking about it, aren't you?
I am talking about it, but it all should happen on
Mission accomplished.
The show. It should all happen on the show. If somebody
Game, set, match.
Look, if we saw him spike pile drive Cody and them to have their little Triple H thing, and then afterwards we got exclusive like somebody like Kevin Owens, 30 seconds of Kevin Owens yelling at a camera or something like that, like that's another thing. But I'm of the belief that it should have happened on the show.
I love it.
By it not happening on the show, I felt like, it was just one of those things where it's like now it's got to kind of get pieced back together. And I'm sure they'll do that on Friday.
Tom, what you're doing is you're experiencing something called FOMO, okay? And it's entirely normal for you to have these feelings of regret whenever you don't get to see something that somebody else gets to see, right? But this was done on purpose, and it's working.
And I didn't get to see it till the following morning.
Okay, but that's okay because you still got to see it.
But it left me angry at that night.
Yeah, but they sent the house home happy, and isn't that what they're supposed to do?
Did they send him home happy, or the house was also chanting "You deserved it" after Cody got his pile driver? And
the New York crowds are, they're rather vocal. Sometimes they're a little bitter. Sometimes they're brutally honest.
I thought it was brutally honest, and I thought it was brutally good. That they're chanting that. I was
Cody Rhodes, your turn. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
I mean, he did deserve it. Like, I'm not
a little bit.
He deserved it.
Kevin was right.
Like, if you count Kevin Owens as your friend, and he spent 4 years getting his ass kicked by these guys that he's trying to fight by himself. And you're
All I know
sudden
is I saw quite a few Kevin is right signs
Kevin
in
was
the
right.
audience on Saturday.
Jesse Ventura said Kevin was right.
Well, I mean, it's
I mean, Jesse was always.
let's not take advice from the governor on what is wrong and right. Okay, let's just
say they brought Jesse Ventura back for a special night, and Jesse was like, you know what? No, Kevin's right.
I really wanted Kevin Owens to win the fucking championship.
I really did too, but I'm actually really happy that he wandered away with the Winged Eagle title
Well,
belt.
so here's the thing. So Dave reported that there was a heated exchange backstage between Triple H and Kevin Owens, which led to the creative change of Kevin winning the title. I mean, maybe, but doubtful. I think the rumor that is circulating the internet right now, which is rather interesting, and I'll let you get there in a minute, bud. Just think I see the gears are rolling. As soon as they announced the Winged Eagle, I said, "There's no fucking way."
No, and I agreed with you that there was no fucking way. But and I don't have a problem with how this match ended. And I like
it just makes Kevin even more right. It's a conspiracy. He'll it's a conspiracy now.
Right. It's a conspiracy also because there were no referees, like there were double ref bumps and stuff. So now it's a conspiracy. And now he can wander away and be like, I'm the rightful champion and I'm going to hang on to this because it's mine and I won it. And, you know, or however they end up spinning it. But like, that's going to be amazing because like Cody's got the actual belt, but Kevin's holding the Winged Eagle belt. And he's just like, this is mine. I beat you.
Do you know what that was? That was a dusty finish.
A dusty finish? Okay.
That was a dusty finish. Like, that's what happened to Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
It's a dusty finish.
I thought it was I thought that part was good. I don't agree with how the heavyweight title match ended at all, and I still have a sour taste in my mouth from it. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen next with Kevin Owens. Not so much Cody Rhodes. I feel like Cody Rhodes, like
I heard things.
Well, right, but like plans can change. Or
but I heard things.
They probably are gonna give Kevin they're probably gonna give Dave the old oh here's a lie, Dave.
I heard things.
What'd you hear?
Word on the street is that Triple H might be preparing for a retirement match with Kevin Owens.
A Triple H retirement match?
Yes, sir.
The guy with the pacemaker who can't go anymore?
Yes, sir. But he could work a match with Kevin Owens and be safe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it wouldn't be a great match, but it would be something.
I don't think it'll happen, but that's what the that's what the internet is abuzz with this morning as of my morning deuce.
I mean, is it like would it be like a similar match to like the Stone Cold match with Austin?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would make the most sense. But
what if Triple H is a special guest referee in a match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Do you even put Triple H? I don't even want to see Triple H back in the ring.
No,
you know what I mean?
I don't either. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But I don't know. It's just fun to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's not gonna happen. But it's fun to gossip. That's what's fun about wrestling.
How fun is it that Lil Nate was probably at all of the Saturday night's main events, or most of them anyway?
Lil Nate. He looks dapper with his little bow tie on, the classic referee gear.
Charles Robinson has not aged.
Nah,
really.
dude, what he's got to be like 93, right?
I mean, he's
at this point.
He's got to be in his 60s, right? At least.
Charles Robinson, WWE. He's 60.
Okay, yeah, he's got to be. Okay, so man, he's been doing this since he was a kid. Then
Right, he looks real good for 60.
for 60, he looks the same as he looked when he was 40, or when he was 30, or when he was 20. Motherfucker's been doing this for a long time.
Right, he's a handsome son of a bitch.
Right?
God bless America.
Like, I mean,
Little Nate.
Lil Nate is like,
Kudos to Charles Robinson.
we might need to start calling Ric Flair Big
He
Charles
takes the
Robinson.
best. He takes the best ref bumps too.
At
Like
60
they're
years
so
old!
they're so fucking obnoxiously oversold. It's like
At
Shawn Michaels
60
selling
years
for Hulk Hogan when he takes a fucking ref bump.
Right? At 60 years old, though.
Remember
This
when the
guy.
ring collapsed and he fucking like shrugged his shoulders and then threw himself?
Yeah. I mean, right? Like at this point, like leaving this, I'm like, and good for him in that regard. But like we were talking about the nostalgia part of it. Good for it being like Charles Robinson's kind of gets a shining moment in this.
He
event.
looks like an old timey referee too, with the hair and
Because he's the one you remember. It's him. He's the old timey referee. It's him. They're going to wield Earl Hebner out there, who apparently works for AEW. Did you see that Earl Hebner apparently works for AEW? Have you seen Earl Hebner in AEW?
No.
He works for AEW. I found that out like half an hour ago.
ATM Tony.
Anyway, but I mean, he's like, oh yeah, he looked like an old time because that's him. He was that guy.
Man, when I think of classic WWF referee, it's Earl Hebner every time.
And Dave. And Teddy Long. Or not Teddy Long. No, Teddy Long was a ref for a
Teddy
little
Long was a ref, but he was like, I don't know. I remember him more as a general manager.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on one with the Undertaker player.
The Undertaker. He wasn't the Undertaker. There was no AER.
Actually, Teddy Long was on Undertaker's podcast a couple weeks ago, and it was fucking gold.
Sorry, I made you wrestle every Friday.
It was gold.
Sorry, I made you wrestle in every main event of every week.
Good Lord. Good Lord. All right, Bob, overall, what you think Saturday night's main event? What would you grade it?
The nostalgia was good. The build was great. The card was incredible. The results were very house show, and I don't feel like it resolved anything. At least on air. I think the wrinkle of what happened after the show went off the air is super interesting and super fun.
Can I piggyback off of that? Paul
Yes.
Levesque has done a very, very good job at leaving us guessing
and leaving us wanting more. I think
Yes.
that's the big thing, and I think that's maybe where my frustration comes in a lot of things, in a lot of where the booking is, because I feel like a lot of the with the want to leave us wanting more, it often leaves some people looking weak.
Yes.
And I think that it leaves, I think it left Finn Balor looking weak. I think that Io Sky has been left to look like a little weak as of late, since she's lost the title. I think that there have been some people who have looked weak. I think that unfortunately Piper Niven has looked kind of weak. As of she's been eating a lot of pins as of late,
and she's been playing a great sidekick recently.
Right.
I think that's got to be one of those things by design right now, especially considering they just put the belt on Chelsea Green.
Right.
I think that's kind of a thing. Like, hey, Piper, like, this is what's going on. I can't have you out here fucking beating every single bitch's ass and not be put into a situation where I have to have you have a match against Chelsea Green.
Yeah, and put a belt on you, right? So and I see that, and she's sort of like,
she'll be okay.
She'll be okay, right? Yeah, but it's like I said, I'm using examples of like people that are left looking weak at the moment. And maybe that's maybe my brain has just attuned to that weird 50-50 booking that we saw for so long. And maybe that's part of my problem, is that, like, you know, I need to be able to see a redemption. I need to kind of get used to this new style, this not even a new style, this like sort of like resurgence of like this non-benign version of booking, that this like 50-50 booking that nobody gets over, everybody gets under kind of shit. So maybe it's my problem, but I will say again, hate what happened in that triple threat. Hate it.
No, listen, I don't disagree with that. Like, I think you and I both said last week coming into this that realistically 2 world titles should change hands, but they wouldn't. We expected maybe one of them, but not both of them. And then
like it made I think it made the most sense for the world title to change hands in that triple threat match. And I think that it made sense, you know, just to have the rest of Judgment Day kind of come out and fuck Damian Priest over, and Gunther at that part in that regard as well. And then you can have Finn Balor be a chicken shit heel, but with a belt, right? But
well, he has a belt.
But I mean, maybe he does. I don't know. It's 10:05. He defended it tonight. I didn't watch Raw yet, but I mean,
no, I'm gonna watch it when we're done.
Yeah, but I mean, he could still be a fucking loser. So I mean, we don't know. He could have lost Saturday and Monday. So I'm just that part doesn't sit right with me. I feel like there's a better way to book that. And I feel like there's a better result than what we're going to get. And I feel like it was painfully obvious to see, and now we're not going to get it. And I think that it moves on from here for sort of like, you know, networking reasons, I guess, probably is the best way to put it, because of the whole transition to Netflix and everything here, you know, less than a month from now. What, 3 weeks from now? 2.5?
January 6th.
So yeah, 3 weeks exactly. So I don't know, man. 3 weeks from tonight.
So what's your grade on the show?
I'll give it a B+.
I'm in the same ballpark. I was going to say A-. I didn't hate things as much as you did.
That triple threat match, I hated.
I understand your frustration with it. I really do.
But I think I'm higher on Io Sky versus Liv Morgan than you are. So I feel like if you take that triple threat match out of the fold, I think we're at a solid A. I hated how that triple threat. I hated it. I don't know. I don't know that I've hated the finish of a match.
It's just because your little buddy didn't win. That's why.
I mean, that's probably true, and that's fine. But
So
I'm allowed to have that bias.
Absolutely. Listen, real quick, and then now we'll hit match of the week and get up out of here. So I watched Saturday night's main event today, right before, you know, this evening, and watched it with the little dude, and he's sitting there and he was just in it, right? Good. And he only watched the main event with me, and he goes, I see him, and he's going, I'm like, bud, what are you doing? And he's looking at me, and he's looking at the TV, and he's looking at me, and he's looking at the TV. I said, bud, he goes, Dad, you're on TV.
Oh, you were on TV?
Yeah, because it was Kevin Owens and Cody.
Oh, so you were Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
Yeah. I said, bud, that's not me.
I mean,
he goes, is that where you go? I'm like, bud, come on. You know where I go.
You've been there.
Yeah, several times.
You've had some steak.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That boy. He was in it though. I took a picture of him. It's adorable. It's adorable.
That's the way.
All right, well, let's hit that match of the week, pal, huh? Tom, what was your match of the week, and why is it Chelsea Green versus Michin?
It was actually Sami Zayn versus Drew.
That was fantastic too. But
Right, like that was that. So that was the one. It kicked off that show, and like I'm already like kind of hyped for it. Right, like I'm thinking I'm gonna get a title change, so I'm already like kind of loose and hyped for it. And like I'm not a huge Sami Zayn fan anyway, but I like his matches a lot. So
You're not a huge Sami Zayn that's not the conspirator, infiltrator, mastermind, because
right.
that
I
was
like
the best
Sami
run of
Zayn
his
as
career.
I like Sami Zayn as like the Intercontinental Champion, but as a like mastermind conspirator, like there's a conspiracy against Sami Zayn. Like I don't like main
all
event.
of that up through until him and Kevin Owens won the tag team championships from the Usos at WrestleMania. Like that encapsulation of Sami Zayn's career, those two watermarks, is the best run of our entire generation.
I mean his promos during that, his unhinged promo, but then he got to give weekly, by the way. He got 10-ish minutes just to mostly talk weekly, which was the most, and especially at the time because wrestling was not.
Look at us gushing over Sami Zayn.
That would have been like 2019, 2020-ish. Yeah?
Yeah, before the pandemic, yeah.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah, so
he was the best part of the show. Him and Bailey gave the best segments because the rest of the show was dog shit. So it was like the two shining stars.
Calm down.
Dude, are you kidding me? 2019, 2020 is the worst he's ever been.
What is up with all of this negativity today? Why don't you tell me something positive, like about your
positively? Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn was positively amazing. I am positively ready for Drew to go after and assassinate more people who got involved with the bloodline. And I am so like, because now he's gonna move on. Now he's gonna get Jay, and then he's gonna get Jimmy, and then like he's gonna get Solo, and he's gonna get fucking like other it doesn't matter. Like Drew's this loose cannon now who's gonna kill everybody because fuck you. That's why you fucked me over. I'm gonna fuck you harder.
And then eventually he's gonna get his hands on Punk and just beat the fuck out of him.
Oh, right. It's gonna be good. It's good. Or he's gonna get. I mean, Drew McIntyre for 2024.
You know what? Before you go on this fucking, I thought about you the other night. Whenever I was watching some of his shit, right? Like, and then all the promo segments and shit. I think it might have been SmackDown. I was like, Tom's gonna be so happy on fucking Sunday or Monday, whatever day we go. He's gonna be so happy because Drew is so good right now.
Drew had the best 2024 of any wrestler, period. In any promotion, best 2024. Drew McIntyre, hands down. Like Drew is 20 point. Like you ever go somewhere where like there's like a running between like or you see something where it's like, oh, there's a running between like 5 or 6 different things, but number one is like out of the picture. Like
I can't wait for Meltzer Mania to come out so we can talk about this when Drew McIntyre is not number one. Does not win Wrestler of the Year.
If it's not Drew, Dave has not watched wrestling this year because it's Drew. It's been every match he's been in has been the.
I already told you Dave doesn't watch wrestling.
He does. He can't. There's no way. There's no way he watches wrestling. But every match Drew has been in, every premium live event match at least, has been the match on the card, has had the most emotion, the best build. It's been Drew has been this year's MVP 10 times over anybody else. And this match was just a continuation of that. And it just really, so that's why it's the match of the week, because it's Drew McIntyre and it's great. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Well, my match was
maybe Drew just kills Gunther. Maybe that's what happens.
I mean,
he's the only one that's that dominant.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're excited, bub. Your guy, See, look at you. Look. You found silver lining here. Look, you were so down on Lil Finney, okay, and you needed your crying towel, your sulking grotto, if you will. And now look, you got Drew McIntyre. Your 500 is a pretty good batting average, bud. I love you, man.
Baseball. I love you too, but now we're playing
God
baseball.
bless America. My match of the week was Chelsea Green versus Mishin. Obviously, I've gushed over this already.
It was great. Loved it.
Congratulations to Chelsea Green. Very deserving to be the inaugural United States champion. You know, they talked about Harley Race on the thing being the first recognized United States champion. I mean, and that's in the 60s, the 70s, right, Tom? I think the 70s. But Michael Cole told us. But you know, man, whatever. Like, you know, in 60 years, if pro wrestling's still around, she's gonna be the one that she's gonna be the new Pat Patterson. You know what I mean? Like at one point, Pat Patterson, first one. She's always gonna be connected to that. So kudos to her. That's a ginormous legacy piece that she deserves, I believe, and I'm proud of her. Great match. She's clawed her way back. Found a spot, and she's just fucking living in it, man. And she's killing it. So that was my match of the week.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I have no idea when Harley Race won the thing.
It doesn't matter.
His Wikipedia page is nuts.
It's fine. Whatever. We know we didn't talk about Pat McAfee.
Pat was back. Great. Pat adds so much to a show.
Yeah, he makes Michael Cole palatable.
Yeah, he makes Michael Cole way better.
Listen, I love Cole and Graves though too. Like, Cole's got this ability to be two different people with Graves and McAfee. Like, it's noticeable. Mm-hmm. But Michael Cole's fucking a number one. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
No, I agree. Like, Michael Cole's way better than. Oh my god, just watch a Dynamite and fucking listen to them fucking.
Okay.
Listen to Shivani and fucking.
We're not doing this tonight.
And Shivani is like,
no, sir, we're not.
I'm so happy to be here in AEW.
We're just not. You know what?
Please don't
we appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. You know, Tom would appreciate it. Maybe he can. You know, he'll fuck with you in the comments too. Hang out.
I will.
Check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at @1_follow_WC. That's ONE. And as always, thanks for hanging out. So love. We'll catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast.